Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we are going over a very fun and powerful build with Caliban. With this setup, Caliban can easily clear mobs of steel path enemies, and boasting both great offense and defense, Caliban is making a case for one of my personal favorite frames as of late. I've really been enjoying this build and its versatility, and I thought I'd make a video to share it. Before we get started, if you found this video helpful or interesting, please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons. And don't forget you can catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/mycods. Without further delay, let's get started. Before we go over Caliban's kit, I just want to briefly mention Tau damage as some of these abilities inflict it. When an enemy is afflicted with Tau damage, they become more susceptible to status chance, increasing the chance other status effects proc per stack. Now beginning with his passive, Caliban and nearby allies gain up to 50% damage resistance against the highest type of damage received. This is a nice adaptation light bonus that helps on the defensive front. I use adaptation in tandem to have more sources of damage reduction, but it is important to note that these two sources do not stack, and your DR will be whichever is currently the higher of the two. Razor Gyre is Caliban's one. This ability has Caliban spinning forward, inflicting Tau damage, and refunding energy per enemy hit. Additionally, I am running the augment for this ability, Razor Mortar, which clusters affected enemies and has any summon Ortholis focus fire on the grouped up enemies with bonus electric damage. I like this ability because it's not only a good priming offensive ability, but it has utility as a source of energy, as well as being a defensive repositioning move. Moving on, Sentient Wraith is Caliban's second ability. When cast, Caliban stomps the ground and any nearby enemy that isn't killed by the energy blast is suspended in the air defenseless. Furthermore, enemies take more damage while lifted as well as bonus Razor Gyre damage. Caliban's 3 is Lethal Progeny. This ability lets you summon different types of sentient combatants to assist you in the battlefield. Tapping 3 will cycle through the 3 types and holding will deploy. The 3 types of summons are the Conculus, which are melee focused minions, Ortholis, which utilize ranged attacks, and Summolis, which spawns in multiple Coral lists that provide shields to Caliban and his allies. This build mostly utilizes Ortholis with the augment, but occasionally I will use the other two. And lastly, Fusion Strike is Caliban's fourth ability, which has Caliban creating and converging beams of energy that armor strip and detonate slain enemies. Additionally, Summon Conculus will also activate their own Fusion Strike when Caliban casts it. With his passive and abilities fully discussed, let's take a look at the components of this build. My mod setup here leans mostly in the strength and then duration. I am also running some recharge mods to help with some defense, so besides the augment and the stat boosting mods, I have adaptation for an additional source of damage reduction, as well as the Summoner's Wrath aura to boost my lethal progeny summons damage. I find this configuration to boost Caliban on both defense and offense to not only complete Steel Path encounters, but to have fun slaying out while doing so. Moving on to Arcanes and Shards, first I am running Arcane Efficiency to boost my ability duration even further. I am also running Arcane Camisado for even more ability strength via my summons attacks. As for shards, I am running one yellow casting speed shard, one purple equilibrium shard, two red strength shards, and one red duration shard. Shards, as with the loadout here, are pretty flexible. I found this to be a good combo for rounding out some stats. As stated before, the loadout here is really flexible. I'm running some of my personal favorites like the Fell Arcs and the Ladle, along with Caliban's own Scythe Venado. You can really put any hard-hitting weapons on this build and it will thrive. Caliban's ability to render enemies helpless and armor strip along with his summons makes for a setup where you can easily clear the map with your arsenal. And finally, for my companion, after using a few different ones, I ended up preferring my Panzer Vulpaphyla for viral spreading. This is one of my go-to companions for many builds, and Viral Quills works great here as it is yet another means of debuffing enemies. I am also running Tenacious Bond and Contagious Bond for more crit damage and status spreading respectively. And there it is, a very fun build that is easy to set up. Just spec in the strength and duration and add your favorite weapons and have fun. I have really been enjoying this build recently and I do not plan on putting it down anytime soon. The gameplay loop involving an eclectic array of abilities is very fun. At the start of a mission or encounter, I spawn in some minions, then I activate my 1 to prime enemies and get some energy back. After that, I slay out with the rest of Caliban's kit. I love being able to spam my abilities and disrupt and destroy large groups of Steel Path enemies. I also think the flexibility it has loadout wise is great as I like to switch up my weapons often. But what about you? What are your thoughts on this build? What would you do differently? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Warframe content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.